Please be advised that everything in my video is purely for entertainment purposes. These are purely my thoughts and opinions and are subjective. I must advise you to please do your own research. All media users found on the public domain and are fair use and fair dealings. Hey guys, sorry I'm still not feeling great, but I thought I'd do a shorter video. I am definitely working on a bigger video to be released tomorrow regarding the Commonwealth Service, because there's so much to cover and I want to do a really good video. Hopefully you might actually see my face talking. This eye infection that I've got is really kind of like taken me back a few steps, but I am getting better, so thank you for all your well wishes. So this video, poor Beatrice. Now her wedding looks like it's under threat from the coronavirus. She can't get a break, can she? It seems as though because her fiance is Italian, a lot of his family will be unable to attend. It depends. I think they're not getting married to the end of May, but we've got no idea which way the coronavirus is going to turn. She's not having much luck with what her dad's acquaintances. Then he was stripped of the royal duties, including the military ranks, and thus costing Beatrice her original wedding venue. I'm not saying his name because every time I mention his name in my videos, I get put on a naughty step and I have to wait for someone to review my videos. If I was Beatrice, I would, I would still just get married on the day as planned and then just throw a big party for when the coronavirus is gone. The Queen has already said that she can use Buckingham Palace. She is better off if she wants to get married, just get married, get the nice ceremony out of the way, just enjoy married life for a few months. And if it means she can't have a wedding party till later in the year with all of his family, so be it. So speaking of her dad, he's not doing himself any favours at present. He has not really given across the actions of an innocent man. I don't understand what sort of legal advice he's getting, but by refusing to speak to the FBI or the investigators on this case, surely he's just making himself look like that he can't trust himself not to dig himself in deeper. I mean, we all watched the interview and how he told the Queen afterward it went really well. It didn't go well, and by him not talking now, he's got a shovel. He's going to dig himself a hole deep enough to dig all the way through to Australia at this rate. So the main story in this video is Harry supposedly got pranked by 2 Russian hoaxers. Apparently, over 2 separate phone calls in December, they got Harry to believe he was actually speaking to Greta Thunberg and her father. Things that were covered and things that were said. I'm not covering the whole article, but you can go online and you can see the transcript from these 2 phone calls. But first up, he discusses with Greta, obviously, his views on the climate change. And he says, I think people need to be woken up, and the only way to wake people up from what effectively is a consciousness crisis is, I think you need to do extreme things, and small steps or giving out prizes doesn't make a difference. Now, is there any chance a direct swipe at Prince William, who has recently launched the Earthshot prize, if you remember? I think it is. Straight away, he's gone for his brother, and it wasn't just his brother, it was David Attenborough, who also is involved with it. So 2 people that actually genuinely care about the planet, and Harry's taken a cheap swipe. Next up, there was a discussion, there were questions being asked about Donald Trump. Harry says, I think the mere fact that Donald Trump is pushing the coal industry is so big in America, he has blood on his hands. What? What do you mean he has blood on his hands? I think we know who's behind that sort of comment, isn't it? Meghan has, she's very, 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 very liberal, and she's made it quite clear that she doesn't like Donald Trump. He then goes on to say that Trump will want to meet you, obviously talking to Greta, to make him look better, but he won't want to have a discussion about climate change with you because you will outsmart him. Scratching my head at that one, Harry, a 17-year-old girl who is clearly being instructed by her parents and various other people who what to say. She often cries, gets extremely agitated, shouts and gets all kind of like shaky and stuff. She's going to outsmart Donald Trump. Think what you like about Donald Trump, but I'm sorry, I can't see that one washing. On Andrew, Harry had said, we are completely separate from the majority of my family. So that's another way of basically making a swipe at your family. A direct swipe again, isn't it? On titles being stripped. This is Harry. No, again, you mustn't believe what you read. We have obviously been asked not to use our titles in order to make money, which we'd never do. Sure, Harry. Sure, of course. Yep. On the foundation, right? I think at the moment, my wife and I were being directed towards starting a foundation, but we actually decided there is probably enough foundations doing amazing work. Right, Harry, sure. So nothing to do with the fact that Sussex Royal got blocked by the Queen by saying that you can't use the word royal. And now all of a sudden you don't want a foundation that you've been plotting and planning, or your wife has, pretty much since you got married, before probably the ink was even dry on your marriage certificate. Right, he rambles on. I'm not going to read all of it to you, but it's a lot of information. The transcripts, you can just go onto Google, Harry being pranked, and you can read everything that was discussed. Now, I'm going to be honest here. I think it's fake. I think it's all one big setup. No, not pranking Harry, but pranking us. I believe this is a way for Harry and Meghan to trash the royal family, Donald Trump, get their political stance out there, but indirectly. This is just like Meghan getting her friends talking to People magazine. The answers were too scripted. They were too long. They were too in-depth. They were incredibly left-wing. It was like Meghan was saying the words herself. There are certain terminologies that Harry used as well, which were very Americanized. Plus, I know people say that Harry is a little dim, okay? People say it all the time. But I can't see even Prince Harry would just answer the phone randomly, unchecked, give this deep, thought-out, emotional insight to a variety of questions from Megxit to his family, to his uncle, to Donald Trump, to the climate environment. I find it all incredibly strange. It would have been a series of questions that Greta would have been asking him. Now, I'm sorry, but it doesn't matter whether you think that Harry's intelligent or not. Don't you think even the most dim-witted person would have been, why am I being interviewed by Greta Thunberg? How did she get my telephone number? Why is she asking me all of these questions? I am telling you guys, it is just one big BS. It's just another media game being played by the Sussexes, and they think that we're all thick and we're all stupid. Look at the type of questions that they asked. All right, there was apparently a couple of jokey ones thrown in there, something to do with like penguins and getting Harry to talk about penguins, but that was probably only to make the story look believable. The Sussexes think that they are so clever with their PR games, but people see straight through it. It's ridiculous. So be prepared is all I'm saying, folks. The games have only just begun, and wait until the 31st of March, because I think that's when the signal will literally be when it really starts. All I can say is, guys, hang on to your hats. I don't think that we've seen the last of the Sussexes by any means, so just basically get your popcorn at the ready. Right, I will be back really soon. I am working on this longer video tomorrow. As I said, I'm hoping that I can do some filming, but my eye is very sore at the moment. I always prefer actually talking to you guys, because then you can see my kind of you can see my face, but I'm feeling a bit rough. But anyway, I'll be back tomorrow, and I will do all of the Commonwealth coverage with you. So I'll speak to you very, very soon. Take care. Bye.
If you like my video, please remember to like and subscribe. Please, angry typists, you will be blocked, so save your fingers the time. If you would like to buy me a coffee, please go to my About page and click the link. Love, Taz.